Good day, everyone. Aliii here, March 14, 2025. Lunar Eclipse just happened yesterday, last night in Vancouver. We just saw this, and that's kind of like a reversal based on financial astrology. If you follow financial astrology, go to Lunar Eclipse and Google it. You will notice there are lots of reversals happening. And also, this one came along with my cycle, which I was talking about this on March 17 to March 22nd, which is going to be next week. And that's going to be spring equinox. And uh, that's very, very strong, powerful, I would say, reversal for the market. And that's going to happen next week as well. So when we kind of like collaborate these two cycles at the same time to each other, especially when price action helps us to get into important level here and market at a fantastic, decent correction to the downside. Uh, Sentiment was super bearish. So it was like a 59% AAII sentiment just shows people are bearish. And the lots of economy downgrade just happened last week. So that was kind of like the extreme level of the bearishness along the investors, along banks, reports, everything. So when you just open up the news for the stock market, everyone's talking about more downside. So this is exactly the scenarios happening for the stock market over and over in the history. If we just follow that, you will see that there are lots of reversals happening at the contrary of people's emotion, at the contrary of people's feeling. What people's are feeling are totally different than the real scenario. All right, so let's start with S&P 500 weekly chart. We're still heading to oversold condition, but it is not oversold yet in a stochastic momentum. But it doesn't mean that we get into reversal. A price action tells me that we are kind of like very, very close. If it's not the bottom, we are very close for a tradable rally, and I believe that this is buy time. Stocks are undervalued. I'm not looking for a crash or something like that happening for the, I would say, foreseeable future, at least for the next 2, 3 months. We may see some kind of like a volatility chop in the second half of this year, exactly the same happening the last few weeks. But right now, I would say the rally could be kind of like a very tradable rally to the upside. 71 to 56.66. That's the area that I'm looking at to the weekly chart. Also, we kind of like a reacted to this important indicator that I have. So this is the cyan line or blue line, whatever you can call it, is SMA 60 on a weekly basis. And whenever we get below this on a weekly close, this means we are heading into a severe correction to the downside. Last time we touched this in October 2023, and look what happened. So market just went off to the rally, new all-time high, fantastic move for the market. This week, yesterday, we tested again. So we tested a couple times this week, I would say, twice or 3 times we tested. Once on Monday, then I would say Wednesday and Thursday, we tested this one. And today we just sharply back up nicely with a nice volume today. So 60 million volume for SPY, which is great volume for above average. And also the entire day sell-off was huge volume. So every single one was kind of like above average, which is very, very important just because people are panicking. And that means traders actually just panicked a lot. Investors panicked a lot, especially novice traders and traders. And they're just going all the way down to 5,500 and even lower 5,531, and then bounce back up nicely. So this almost 11% correction, that is kind of like a very, very good scenario for people are getting back to here to this level and buy back stocks. So we can see that the smart money is coming back to the market. Smart money steps in. And we kind of like a recaptured SMA 50 as well within this wide range war and within this August pivot. This is a back test for August pivot. And we got nice higher low here. And here is the low, actually higher low. This is a low. And every single time when we see this is kind of like a higher low, and here is another higher low here. If we keep this level, So that is very, very important. If we keep this level, we are kind of like, see the rally is coming. But the rally could be tradable rally. We are not saying the rally can lead to new all-time high. It can, certainly can. But for the short term, we may see some kind of like a decent bounce, at least decent bounce to 5,900, 5,800. That's the scenario that I'm looking at. So we may see some kind of like a back test again for another higher low. And that would be a perfect scenario for those ones who want to make sure that, or they want to make sure that the market is getting back to the upside, wait for a reversal. If we get about the reversal, so that would be kind of like a nice scenario for a new rally to potentially new all-time high. Right now, I would say the tradable rally is coming for the next few weeks. I'm gonna see more rallies down the road in the future. Moving on to daily chart. Daily chart, we just got a nice reversal here. We didn't go all the way down to 53 to 5400, which is bullish still. This is fantastic. The next level is going to be 5666, and then next level, the following level is going to be 5747 and 5826. So as you see, there are lots of, I would say there are lots of strong resistance or kind of like levels are on top of us. And if we just look up, we can see that there are lots of resistance there. So market needs to recapture all of them on uptick and then getting back to the downside for a pullback for potential rally. If it goes higher than this and then getting back to reversal phase, this means the previous actually scenario for kind of like a deeper correction that I have, which is going to be 5,000 area. That would be still the scenario, folks. So with 1 day, 2 days, even 1 week, we can't say market is getting back to the upside for a new all-time high. We should just be trader. We should be trader in this environment. This is very tricky. It's not going to be easy money like 2023 and 4. 2025 is going to be different animal. Donald Trump, new president is in admin, new policies is in admin. There are lots of trade wars happening. Geopolitical tensions are kind of escalating one side, de-escalating from the other side. So I think Ukraine and the Russia news is coming on Monday because Donald Trump already said that we're going to have a deal potentially. That's going to be high potential scenario for Monday to have a ceasefire, at least short term, which is going to be a fantastic news for the market. If market sees that news, I would say market is going to spiking higher to the upside, and that would be a marvelous move. It depends on the volume, but we can see something like this. I would say something like this even. So uh, so stay tuned for that news because when that news is coming, I think that's going to be a very, very great news for the market and can ignite this rally to the upside. Moving on to Nasdaq, which is the same scenario here. So let me go to weekly chart before daily. So Nasdaq, I cannot manage above SMA 50, but still holding up this trend line, folks. So if we just see that Nasdaq, the same as S&P 500, goes below this SMA 60, getting back to the upside. So this means at least we have a tradable rally, even if we are in a bear market. Let's say we are in a bear market, which I don't think we are, but even if we are in a bear market, we can see a tradable rally to 21,000 area, which is going to be another 1,400 potentially to the upside. And that would be kind of like the scenario that everyone needs to wait and see how market is going to react. If it consolidates here, this means we are going to tackle another time to potential double top or even new all-time high. If we get back reversal, if we get below this SMA 60 on a weekly, then we are going to head down potentially to a severe bear market. Right now, there is hope. There is hope that something like this happening, August, or something like October 23 happening. I'm not sure if we have the rally the same scale like this, but even in August, we had 2-3 weeks rally, then 1 week down, and then next week flip back to the upside. So that is very, very important, folks. If we see something like this, if we see a higher low, still we are in a bullish case. All right, moving on to the daily chart. Let me go to daily here. So daily chart, we got consolidation, very oversold condition in MACD, in RSI, and also stochastic here. RSI is signaling for the uptick here. Also, also RSI. Sorry, I was saying RSI. This is MACD. RSI is signaling for getting out of the oversold condition, which is very bullish. And that can spike up the price as well. So we can get to 20,400 and even 20,500. That's the level that I'm looking at. But after that, we should see a strong kind of like a fundamental news moving up the price as well. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to Dow Jones, which had 1.31% to the upside. Dow is the same. So look at weekly. SMA 60 reacted nicely and bounced back up. So this is my indicator. Whenever we get below this, that is very tricky. But whenever we bounce back up nicely, so this means potentially we are ended with a correction and we may see rallies coming down the road. Moving on to daily chart. So daily chart is the same scenario here. We got into this September pivotal point, nicely reacting nicely. And we can go back up potentially to this area, which is going to be 42,700 and even a 43,300. And that would be the scenario that I'm looking at least for this tradable rally. So we will see how it goes. Moving on to gold, which was negative today. Gold hits new all-time high, coming back down, I believe, after yesterday candle, which is exhaustion candle. Gold is overbought right now, 3,000 touched. Everyone satisfied with that level. I think we are going to go to the choppiness for gold. So stay tuned for that one. I have more confirmation on gold miners. They kind of like showing the reversal and weakness, although they were positive today. But gold can go down to 2,900 again, 2921. That's going to be very potential scenario. Moving on to silver, let me go to silver here. Silver shows weakness as well. So silver just showing the doji bar when we get to this level. We may go down to $32 for silver. And that would be the potential buying opportunity for silver to getting back to the upside. I would say the correction is going to be a buying opportunity. Crude is the same scenario. So crude is just forming a bottom here, but struggling to form the bottom. So close above 67, which is hopeful, but we need to get above 70 and 74. Remember that 70 and 74 for crude is very, very important. Otherwise, we are heading to kind of like a severe downside move after this dead cat bounce finish. Moving on to individual names, starting with Bitcoin. Bitcoin just getting back to the upside. Today, we just got nice rally today along with the market. So it may go down, may go up to 90,000, which is going to be another 6,000. And also 92,000, that could be a potential uptick. But after that, we should just look at this chart just because the chart looks a lower high, lower low. Ethereum just jumped back up today as well, shows that reversal is kind of like a confirmed. I would say Ethereum can go above 2,000. 2,500 is the level that everyone needs to keep an eye. US bond yield just getting back above 4% today. And this means the dead cat bounce is coming with this. So 4.15% is coming down the road. TLT downtick today, but still above 90. Not a bad session for TLT. However, I would say potentially we may see some kind of a choppiness to the downside for TLT. And money is flowing out of bond and getting into the stock market. VIX is downtick today. Pretty sharp sell-off, 24 to 21.77. So I would say VIX is still above 20. That means volatility still is there. But I would say potentially VIX is heading back down to $16 area. Dixie just downtick today, 103.73. And Apple, technology name, just a bullish harami today. I think Apple correction is over. I know I was talking about 191 to 198. Just consider the entire market. Just consider there are lots of reversal happening. So we may see market ignore Apple and go down potentially to 191 to 198, but not for this time. So I think I was right about this downtick. And I think this is kind of like we can leave it for the next time. And Apple could be a good buying opportunity somewhere around here. It depends on the market, but I would say Monday confirmation could be a good potential for a nice reversal to the upside for Apple still. Amazon, just getting back to the upside, seems like the bottom is here for a tradable rally to 212 to 216. That would be kind of like a nice 5 to 6% to the upside. Meta optic today as well. So Meta can go to 640 as well. So 600 was there. Microsoft, great reversal from this weekly demand area. And this huge reversal tells me that we are bottom, especially with this demand area on a weekly side. Google, the same scenario. We just got into strong support here, getting back to the upside. 180 is coming down the road. Netflix, nice reversal on this demand area, getting back to the upside. Tesla, I would say the bottom is there, at least for a short term. 269 is on top of us, and also 300. We can see Tesla 300 again soon. We need to go above 325 to get back to the upside, but I would say Tesla, potentially the bottom is there. And when there is Elon's news, when there is like lots of people are getting against Elon and too much negativity again on this name, market just priced in already. And when sentiment goes on the other direction, when sentiment changes, you will see that how price is going to spike up to the upside. And I believe this is going to happen with Tesla. Tesla is going to be the mirror of the market, right? So it's very, very interesting. SMH, which is semiconductor index, goes up today. Nice pop for actually all of them just popping up today. 226 stocks, the same pattern, goes back up nicely. Taiwan Semiconductor goes up nicely as well, 174, close today. AMD just getting back above 100 and close weekly above 100. I believe this is 90 to 97 is a great, great weekly demand area. And whenever just goes there, buyers are coming back and market just bounce back up nicely with AMD. AMD 197 close today. Great move for AMD. So we are going to look at 106. 108. If it gets above it, then we are going to just finish the bear market for AMD. NVIDIA, nice pop today, 121. I would say this is going to be a hiccup zone, but if it gets above 124, the new rally is coming to 132. Texas Instrument get back off finally after hitting this $170 area, which is going to be a gap window, and nicely bounce back up today. Texas can go to 188, I would say, for the short term. Lam Research nicely getting back up, $78. I would say that was kind of like a very oversold condition for Lam, and Lam needs to get back above $80. So remember that 80, 82. That's the area that we are looking for. XLF, which is financials, great move for them. Great reaction to this trend line, to this pivotal point, and nicely bounced back up today. KBE, large cap bank ETF, goes up as well. KRE goes up as well. Fantastic reversal. All of them, JP Morgan, nicely bounced back up today as well. 232. Goldman Sachs at 541. Bank of America, great move, $40.89. Great move for Bank of America. Wells Fargo, $70. Great move for Wells Fargo. GDX, just you see that the gold miners actually are getting to significant top here and showing the sign of weakness here. So $43. That's the area that I think for gold miners, we are going to see a more corrective move to the downside before the next rally. GDXJ, the same pattern here, if I'm not mistaken, folks. AEM, the same pattern here. You see that after hitting new all-time high, just showing the weakness here. Newmont, the same pattern, popped and then reversing back down. Gold Barrick, the same scenario, just getting back to the downside. I would say Gold Barrick can go to 17 before the next rally. And moving on to energy market, just getting back to the upside. Seems like drill is going to impact this sector sooner or later. And we are going to see lots of crude and energy stocks are roaring to the upside due to great kind of like revenue for their exploration and also for their fracking, and the lots of revenues coming to this market. Crude is going to go down, but these sector. I would say XLE, which is going to be Exxon, Chevron, Conoco, and lots of names actually they can be beneficiary out of it. Exxon, the same pattern here. It's just forming a very, very, very nice consolidation. This is pretty close to this. And you see after that, what's going to happen to this name. It was boring for a long time, from November all the way to February, March. And this is exactly December, and we are March. So this is pretty close to this. We got a significant low getting back to the upside, forming a very nice bullish consolidation below this resistance here. But after breakout, look at that. So one of these resistance actually doesn't impact anymore. And I think it's going to happen the same scenario here. We are kind of like getting back to the downside, significant low on this level, getting back to the upside, forming a very nice consolidation here for the next rally. And potentially Exxon is going to just have another massive momentum to the upside at 124, 126. Chevron, the same pattern here. This is a crazy bull flag here. And if it goes above 162, I would say Chevron can lead to new all-time high. And that's going to be one of the major bull markets that you can see in energy stocks. All right, folks, I believe I covered everything. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and have a good one. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.